What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video preview. Today we're going to take a look at some Back to the Future stuff. And we're looking at Doc Brown. And if you want to pre-order this figure when it's available, head over to bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. You have to get both if you're getting one. Let's just say you missed out on these. I was already collecting when these guys came out. Well, not this guy because this is completely new. The head sculpt, is it the same? I'm looking at the previous one, and yeah, I would say it's the same head sculpt. Maybe it got improved a little bit. I don't know. I gotta see more pictures, but on the surface, it does look the same. Am I gonna get this? Most likely, I would say. And I'm not even the biggest fan of Back to the Future. It's just that I'm in a different stage of my collecting now. You know, back in, I believe this was 2014 when they released this, and or Doc Ock, I believe it's like 2016. It's a little later than Marty. It was a different time because I was concentrating on Avengers, on teaming up, because it was different. You know, it was a different time. Avengers were the king, and you want to reserve. At that time, at least I can speak for myself. I want to reserve money for those because there's so many things that being pumped out, and this was kind of expensive. Well, the first Doctor Brown at least was $250, and that was kind of high back in 2016. You got to remember that most of the figures back then were around 200 to 220. Even Man of Steel was $200. So for Doc Brown, you know, a movie that came out years ago, and you got to remember this 2016 is just the time that superhero movies are just booming, and you know, I don't really want to go back and collect these kind of, you know, IPs, but now it's a different time. You know, I'm kind of tired of the superhero IPs, and I kind of want to get this one-offs. So definitely gonna get this. And Marty, this time around, I would say fresh, a breath of fresh air right now, since it's a bit different. You know, I kind of want to see what his outfit is behind the, you know, this. Can you take that off? Does he have actual pants behind this? You know, I'm just interested when somebody gets this. That would be because he does have a shirt underneath. And as far as accessories are concerned, it looks great. You know, it does look like he comes with a bunch. And now it does say this is the deluxe version. So apparently there's a non-deluxe version, which does not include the plutonium case, which is pretty fantastic, by the way, that case. I wonder how much this is going to be for. Because like I mentioned earlier, the first Doc Brown, there you go, the deluxe exclusive plutonium case, which looks phenomenal, by the way. How much would it add to the cost? I don't know, $25 perhaps. I would say that's how much I would pay for. Probably more. I don't know. But how much is this going to be for the deluxe version? I would say 280. You know, I would be really surprised if we see, well, maybe the regular version we can get for 250. Shang-Chi kind of set a good expectations because those things were phenomenal. Like the head sculpt, the accessories that they came with, yet they were priced really fair for 250. Really fair. So now I'm kind of like in that realm now, but you know, this is not Shang-Chi, obviously. So this is Back to the Future. So if I'm being a bit conservative here, I would say 285 for the deluxe and maybe 260 for the non-deluxe. And that's not too far off, you know, from Shang-Chi. Even though, you know, this comes with, you know, a decent amount of accessories as well. And you can see a DeLorean in the back. So most likely we are going to get that as well as a reissue. Why not like the Back to the Future 2, right? Like DeLorean. But you know, if we talk like 2-3 years ago, this wouldn't even cross my mind that they're gonna reissue DeLorean or Back to the Future. You gotta remember, guys, this back in the day. I guess, you know, it's the same thing with me. They couldn't sell these guys back in the day. They attached free shipping, codes, reward points, and all that stuff. They couldn't. I wasn't. I was remotely interested, and I got a friend who bought two Marty, and he was trying to trade one to me, and I was just like, yeah, I just wasn't interested back then. But like I mentioned earlier, different times, different times. So I'm definitely gonna get both, and man, that case is a must-have in my opinion. Now, obviously, depending on how much would it cost you, like the different wise, price difference wise. But I don't see that being too much of a factor. But I gotta rewatch the movie. And one thing that's kind of, because this is from Back to the Future too, right? Not from Back to the Future, or is it Back to the Future? Okay, maybe this is just Back to the Future. Because I always thought that this is from Back to the Future too. Well, I guess not, because I'm looking at the thing right now. Because I was about to say, I was like, that's kind of odd that that's from the movie where he's from, and you got, well, the previous Doc Brown was from Back to the Future too, so it doesn't really match. But they did release a Marty from Back to the Future too as well, and there's like different looks for Marty that they could have done, and I think they were previewing something as well for Doc Brown and Marty. Forgot what that is, where he does have the hat. I wonder what happened to that. Why they never really pushed for it. And looking at the portrait now, this is a better, I guess, understanding, and it does look like the old head sculpt. Like that surprise look. Maybe the paint application is a bit different. And that's what they've been saying about Marty as well. The paint application is just a tad bit different. I'm not really sure which one's better. I'm not. That is one of the criticism back then for this figure when it was first released in 2016 for Doc Brown. It was that, like the hair. And I've seen some people who customize this and put some rooted hair on the figure, and it looks a lot better, because this is one of those things where you just you don't need to futz around the hair if it's rooted, and it would make a difference. Is it too bad? No, I don't really care, but had it been rooted, maybe that's another thing. The price is gonna go up. I'd rather have the price remain at around like 260, 270 perhaps for the non-deluxe, ideally 250 for the non-deluxe, and the deluxe maybe like around 285 or 280. That's not too bad, especially the price that these guys are going for now on eBay. It's gonna be insane. But yeah, I'm excited. Something different. Never had those, so I am like I said, I'm excited. If they ever come out, would I ever get the DeLorean? No, I don't really just have the space for that. And I was just mentioning earlier, 2-3 years ago, never would have thought that they would even remotely issue the DeLorean. But right after what they did to the Dark Knight, the reissuing the Tumbler, the Bat Pod, they're not gonna reissue the Bat. I can tell you that. Something popped up on Big Bad Toy Store recently that they're selling the Bat again for $1,000, which is crazy because they couldn't give that away back then. It's such a massive footprint. Same goes with the DeLorean. Just massive. I wish I do have the space because it's a great looking vehicle. I just don't have the space. You gotta have a dedicated space for that so it would just stand out to your collection. But it's nice. It is really nice. Maybe if I sell like 5 Hot Toys, I can afford that with the price wise. And if I sell 5 Hot Toys, that means I'm gonna free up space for those 5 Hot Toys. So maybe I could, at some point get the DeLorean. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, guys. Is this something that you're excited about? Are you gonna pick this one up, or just Marty? I think you got to pick up both. And if you pick up both, and they announce DeLorean, is that something that would interest you? So thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch. And I'll see you guys in the next video.